Hi guys, James from DBG here, and welcome to this video. If you remember to the last video, I showed you this very Spartan pre-painting and all the odds and sods I had to do to it. Had a bit of a brainwave, well, mainly spurred on by the fact that I couldn't find my green stuff. So if you cast your mind back, the rear of the Spartan, a number of track links were actually broken or really badly moulded or not filed down properly from when the injection gates were there. So I said I'll fashion some green stuff into these tracks. My green stuff has disappeared. I've got my pot of liquid green stuff, which I have to say is amazing. Liquid green stuff is well worth it. But I can find green stuff, so I use plastic card instead. I had a selection of plastic card left over from projects from many years past. You just cut them to size, super glue them on. A little bit of I used see if I can find it. Yeah. Sorry to spoil the illusion there. I used this stuff. You've got to be really careful with this because it actually dries quite quick and forms a sort of seal really quickly. I didn't realise how quick it was, but I used this just to fill the gaps, give it a bit of make sure the joins were properly filled. Left it to cure overnight. Came back the next morning, and we'll talk about him in a minute. And if we turn around, it's not 100% obvious which ones I did. If you look carefully, you can see it's like a couple at the top, a couple in the middle, a couple down the bottom, but it's not 100% obvious which ones I did. And when I looked at it this morning, I was dubious if I could put it off, because that stuff from Revell, it's not the easiest stuff to work with. It's very gloopy. Whatever it is you're using to put it on, be it a sculpting tool, be it a lollipop stick, a tongue depressor, whatever it is you're using, this stuff sticks to it like nobody's business. Yeah, it's a bit hard. Anyway, so here is the finished Spartan. I decided not to strip it, considering the trouble I had with the last one. I wasn't 100% sure how many coats of paint were underneath that, so I just went ahead and painted at the top. As a result, in a couple of places, the paint's a bit thick, which I'm not too happy about. But it doesn't ruin it. It doesn't ruin it. The downside of the Spartan is the tracks around the outside, the World War I style tracks. Then even on they're not the world's best moulded tracks, so yeah, the best you can do with those. And the las cannon, the quad las cannon, I noticed after I did the video and after I looked at everything that the bottom set of las cannon on both sets were bent up so noticeably. I don't know how I didn't notice, and if any of you guys noticed in the video, yeah. So I had to straighten those out, which is very easy. You just use near boiling water. Don't use boiling water. I use near boiling water, let it cool for a couple of minutes, and you just hold the piece of resin in for 30 odd seconds. You pull it out, and it sort of automatically seems to revert to its original position. And the two bottom las cannons are both they just drop down in line with the rest, and then you dip it in cold water, and that resets it. You can use a hairdryer. It has the same effect. The hairdryer takes longer. It takes a couple of minutes with a hairdryer, whereas I prefer using water because it's much quicker. And I tend to, I have asbestos fingers anyway, so it takes a lot for my hands to actually get a little bit burnt. Anyway, so back on with the Spartan. As you know, the theme of my Emperor's Children is Isfahan 3, so I went for not as much damage on the 2 rhinos you saw before. That's because I didn't strip it, and if I had stripped it, you probably would have found I would have to do that level of weathering and damage on this, which I didn't want to do. So, as I did on one of the rhinos, we have some freehand work there, and again lots of sponge chipping, and then we have dry brushed dust. I used grey to go with the basing of the miniatures. Represents all the dust and stuff that was thrown about by the destruction of the Coral City. On the other side we have the Legion number 3, again freehand. Not my best work, but it'll do. And again with the dry brushing of the dust all over there. And then these 2 heavy bolters here, they are, I said in the other video I thought they're the wrong way up, but they're clearly the right way up. I don't know why I said that. And I've done my usual thing that I normally do. I don't know if you can tell with the headlights and lenses. I used my silver and blood for the blood clot for the lenses, and then I've super glued the las cannon in place. They didn't come with any connection pins, so I had to super glue them in place, and they will fit in my case. I have a special tank case, the spare KR case, and some foam, so I've made a tank case. So you just block off sections with your foam. Actually I find that supermarket carrier bags, if you fold them up, make perfect packing around it, and this doesn't give them a lot of space to move.
Hi boy.
Right, sorry guys, that was my wife returning from visiting a friend, and the dog was getting very excited. I can't remember what I was saying. So yeah, I stuck the las cannons on, and oh yes, supermarket carrier bags. Supermarket carrier bags, if you fold them up and pack them around the vehicles, they're really good at cushioning them. Really good at cushioning them. Anyway, so put the Spartan to one side, and now we're going to have a look at this guy here. This guy has been a Praevian with various weapon loadouts. Now he's a Forge Lord. With all the frantic army listing I've been doing with my Emperor's Children to get them to 3,000 points, the Praevian just wasn't points efficient, and money wise Forge Lord robots are bloody expensive, so I decided to make him to a Forge Lord. I found this servo arm. It's from a 40k Cult Mechanicus Dominus. Just filed a little bit of the backpack off, stuck it on, replaced the plasma pistol with a bolter because the difference is 13 points, and there you go. We have a Forge Lord, and he'll be riding around in the Spartan making sure it repairs any hull points or weapon damage results. So yeah, that is that. Now I'm just waiting for the last squad of 10 Marines to arrive and get those built and painted, add them to the army. Excuse me. And that's 3,000 points. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to break out the Shapeways icons and whack them on the rest of the army, get those glued on, get them painted, and then we'll have another video of what they look like with the icons on when they're all painted up and looking like proper Emperor's Children. So, as with the end of every video, do check out the links in the description for Goblin Gaming and White Shot Gaming, and obviously the link to Goblin Gaming shop from down there will help us out. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Share this video, tell all your friends. As I said in the previous video, it'd be nice to get to 2.5k subscribers before the end of the year. We're almost halfway through the year, so it would be kind of very cool if that happened. And as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.